But that was hilarious
How?
because he fell down. Scarlett Johansson rappelled down, and then Dr. Doom and Mahershala Ali
walked down.
They
walked down the stairs, and you were like, "This dude just fell through trees."
Fell from the air.
He fell from the air through trees. You were like, "Yo, it should make no sense." But anyway. Either which way, now I'm nitpicking. Like, listen, Jurassic World. If you like dinosaurs, go see the fucking. Oh yeah, Brother Man said it had to be 100, 200 feet. This dude fell 200 feet, hit 50 tree branches, and landed in a fucking thing of water. And then this blood sample parachuted down 5 feet away from him, from 200 feet in the fucking air. It landed 5 feet from him.
That's the most.
You were like, oh my god, how? Like how? So, I want to get this out of the way from a spoiler-free type of thing. As I indicated earlier, Fatal J said, is it worth the money or no? If you are a fan of Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, you should go spend the money and see the movie. That's my opinion. You will have a good time. It's not a bad movie. If you go in expecting the greatest plot in the entire world, you're going to be sadly disappointed because it's not that. It's clunky. It's a little clunky at times. It has qualms. It's not fucking perfect, but I enjoyed my time with this cast. I enjoyed Scarlett Johansson's character. I enjoyed Mahershala Ali's character. I forget the other dude's name. I'll get it in a minute. But the other dude who was the main star in it as well, the nerd, the Dino nerd. I'll get his name in a minute. I enjoyed all their roles in the movie. I also want to say, and I think hopefully DZ will agree with me on this, visually speaking, the movie looked phenomenal. Like the scenery, the colors, it looked really good. It looked really good. And I didn't have beef with any of the CGI dinosaurs, personally. No. I didn't think any of them looked bad. I thought they looked good.
It's Jonathan Bailey.
Thank you.
Yep.
So from that perspective, I would say, listen, if you like the franchise, obviously this franchise has been up and down with Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, and there's been hits and there's been misses. And, if you like the franchise, though, do I think this was a bad installment of the movie? No, you should definitely go see it. If you're like one of those people that's going to go see it and critique the hell out of it and be like, well, it didn't make any sense, well, then don't go see it and wait to see it on streaming or find it somewhere else by other means that we can't talk about on the internet. But I'm gonna hop right into some of the spoiler. And if you guys have questions or anything, obviously I'm gonna sit here in the comments. Yeah. Let's see here. So Jurassic Rebirth. Let's see here. A couple. Let's see here.
I like the beginning.
Okay. Rebirth was trash. I walked out of the theater. You're entitled to that opinion.
That's horrible. That's your business.
That's crazy because I didn't think it was that bad of a movie. I thought it started slow, but I thought it picked up very quickly.
I didn't even fall asleep.
That's fair.
Shit, that's saying something for old ass.
Brother Man said Jurassic Rebirth was pleasantly good in my opinion. See, it's definitely up and down. Looks like a lot of people will be streaming Jurassic Park. Probably. I mean, that's usually how these movies go. Aaron thinks he's a dinosaur. I do think I'm a dinosaur at times. That's fair. It's very much the worst one to Fatal J. It's not the worst one. That's your opinion. That's fine, but it's not the worst one. Because if you have, okay, I'm gonna look in this camera dead ass. If you can sit here and tell me that Jurassic World Dominion was a better movie than this, you're fucking crazy. Dominion is the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. It's really bad. It's a really bad movie. It's like Captain Marvel levels of bad movie. It's really bad, in my opinion. But
damn, that's really bad.
That's neither here nor there. But that's the worst one. That's the worst one. This movie's not that bad. It's not. It's not even close to that bad.
Oh man said he hated the Nissan.
Yeah, like that Dominion was rough. It had cool dinosaurs, but it was fucking rough. That's Fatal. That's fucking one. Jurassic Park 3 had the Spinosaurus in it. Don't you ever talk shit about that Asset 87 Spinosaurus. He's the fucking goat. Don't talk about it. He's the fucking goat. That dinosaur is fucking goat. The fucking Nokia, that shit is fun. Now listen, Jurassic Park 3, the fucking plot was pretty bad, but that Spinosaurus more than made up for it. He was fucking incredible. Just saying. That fucking dinosaur is incredible. Anyway, back to Jurassic World Rebirth. If you guys still have questions, obviously go off in the comments. We're gonna talk about it. DZ, beginning of the movie, you were saying. Go ahead. What were you saying?
I liked it. It gave me a good sense of who Scarlett Johansson was in this movie, son. Like my man stopped in the middle of the traffic, got out his car, dinosaur on the road.
Yeah.
Just back in there cursing. Boom. She's like, I was like, what kind of Batman shit she pulling here? Hold on now.
Scarlett Johansson did her thing, man. She was fine in the movie. And you know what it was? She wasn't. I actually like the fact that, like, you know how most of the time you see a movie and it's like, oh, so-and-so's the lead or so-and-so's the main. Scarlett Johansson was a main, but she was a co-main. She wasn't just the main. Like, they highlighted everybody at times, which I thought was kind of cool. Like, she wasn't like the solo, like, oh, this is a movie about Scarlett Johansson. It wasn't. It was about everybody involved on the island.
And so, I do like that she wasn't all the way good either.
No, she wasn't. She was questionable at times. Where she was like,
questionable, a little shady on there.
She was questionable at times, and you were like, oh, damn.
when they brought my second man on, the other dude.
Yeah. I mean, when you're talking about
we ran it already. I was like, oh damn.
When you're talking about that kind of money, I kind of get why she was being shady. She was, that's a lot of money.
And you know that dude was Ed Scarin, right? That was Ajax from Deadpool.
I knew he looked fucking familiar.
Ajax from Deadpool, bro.
It was Ajax from Deadpool with hair. He had hair in this.
With hair.
He had hair. Yeah. I was looking at him. I was like, yo, this dude looks fucking familiar, but I couldn't point where he was. That good shout. That's fucking. Yo, he plays a good bad guy, man. He
does play a good bad guy.
He plays a good bad guy. I don't. You know.
I liked him in what was the other thing that the man did on Netflix? What's it called? That was like Up and Down. They had two things already of it. Star Wars, but it's not Star Wars.
Rebel Moon.
Rebel Moon. Yeah, he was in Rebel Moon. Yeah.
In that one too.
Yes. He plays in that too.
Let's not forget about Dr. Doom, though. Okay.
That's fair. That's fair.
Dr. Doom's in the movie, damn it.
So I think the criticism for the beginning of the movie was that it started really slow. Which I understood, but they wanted to introduce the characters and show what they were about. So I think people got like pissed off, and I don't understand the gripe of like from a plot perspective. This made sense to me. So for you guys who didn't see the movie and you don't care about getting it spoiled, so they started the beginning of the movie saying, I don't know how much of the Jurassic franchise you guys have watched, but like one of the last movies, I think it was Fallen Kingdom, the dinosaurs all just like roamed free, like they were all just like set free and roamed free, right? But the explanation of why they had to go back to an island was because the dinosaurs were dying because they couldn't survive in our ecosphere. So they had to go closer to the equator because it was the only thing that was close to what their environment was back in their time, which made total fucking sense to me. Because I was I was like, yo, this fucking dinosaur ain't gonna live in fucking Chicago or New York. It's fucking cold. It's cold in this bitch.
But this shit started with a dinosaur eating a motherfucker. Like the first thing you get was a dinosaur eating a motherfucker. Like what more you want?
So for full spoilers, for all spoilers. So the first thing you see in the movie is the D-Rex, aka the Diddy Dinosaur. And he's in a lab and they're doing this lab, they're experimenting, they're making hybrid dinosaurs and putting them all together. And the D-Rex breaks loose because this dude was eating a fucking candy bar and the candy bar got sucked into the ventilation system and broke the door, and the Diddy Dinosaur got loose because of a goddamn Milky Way. Don't ask me.
Wait a minute, what in the Final Destination is going on here?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's exactly what it was. He had the wrapper
and it fell out of his
wrapper fell on the floor. The door was closing.
Yeah.
And it got sucked into the door.
The reason why I said that is because that's exactly what happened at the beginning of Final Destination Bloodlines, except it was with a penny.
With a penny, yeah, same concept. Let's see here.
Diddy Dinosaur gets free. Put some baby oil on his big ass forehead. Yeah, weird as hell.
Yeah. I gotta tell you something. So the dude who dropped the Milky Way wrapper is one of the researchers that goes in. The other two escape, and he's the one that gets stuck in the fucking door when it slams.
His ass,
bruh. And he has an interaction with this chick on the way in. I'm not gonna summarize the entire movie this way, so please preface. But he has an interaction with the chick on the way in. They both have to put keys on either side and go like 1, 2, 3, and then they like put the keys together and the door opens, right? Okay. So they do that. When he gets stuck in the doorway, he gets to the door and the door shuts, and that chick is sitting there looking at him, and he's like, come on, open the door, use the key. And she just looks at him and is like,
No, she started. She started.
And then the Diddy Dinosaur, which was behind him, breathing heavy on the glass, and she looked up and was like, "Nope, you on your fucking own."
It was like 4, 3. It was like 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
Was it red in the room?
It was red in the room. It's that scene you saw in the trailer.
In the trailer, okay, that's
in the
what
trailer.
I thought.
Yeah, in the trailer. I found that scene.
He wasn't playing.
I found that scene hilarious because she looked at him and was like, "Nope,
sorry,
I'm sorry, you're fucking dead."
So the Diddy Dinosaur was breathing hard on his neck.
Yeah,
and then
forehead was shined up,
and
baby oil,
and then he grabbed him. He grabbed him with his big ass fucking arm, flipped him upside down, and fucking just like ate him and like walked back with him like a dog toy. Like I was like, damn. Like,
pause,
that's what he did. I'm just telling you how it happened. I don't fucking know. But
what was that?
Rub it down. No.
That's your introduction to the D-Rex. By the way, whoever decided to call him the D-Rex that's fucking crazy that you called him the D-Rex. That's fucking nuts. That you chose that name is crazy.
Did that thing have something on his head?
No, he had a big ass forehead.
No,
that's what I mean. It looked like. That's why I was like when I was looking at the trailer because they kind of showed it in the trailer and it looked like it had. It almost you know how the alien looks with his
like he's a xenomorph.
That's what exactly. It looked like a xenomorph. Like,
it looked like somebody took a D-Rex and a xenomorph and made a baby with it and made it really really fucking large. Literally, that's what they did.
It looked like it had a boil on his head.
Here's the thing. This is the thing that kind of drove me crazy. I don't know if DZ will agree with me or not. That's the only time you see the D-Rex until the very end of the fucking movie. You don't see him again. There's no middle scene with him. He just shows up at the beginning and shows up at the end. And you're like, oh, damn. When he does show up, he shows up and you're like, oh, shit. Because you're like, oh, this motherfucker showed back up. Like
I got a problem with that when we talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll get that. You had to go get the baby oil or something?
I mean, he was doing something down in the lab. I don't know what he was cooking, but I don't know. But all right. So basically, I'm going to try to summarize it now so we don't go on a complete movie review of everything. So basically, to summarize it, Scarlett Johansson and a crew get asked to go to an island and because they need to extract DNA and blood and tissue samples from 3 of the largest dinosaurs that exist. And the only place they can exist is this island near the equator. Hence, you have to go to the island and get the shit. They have to get blood from the Mosasaur, the
Titanus.
Yeah, the one of the ones with the goddamn long necks and shit. That one. And the Quetzalcoatlus, the aka the big ass fucking bird the size of an F-16. So they had to go get 3. They had to extract blood from all 3 of those, samples from all 3 of those. Wait, before we continue, I just want $20 from Dogzilla. The cover art should have been Aaron trapped in the theater with the Diddy Rex crying, "Please help me." Oh, don't worry. Wow. There's another cover art dropping for our review. Don't worry about it. It involves a Diddy Dinosaur. Thank you for the $20, Dogzilla. We appreciate you.
Thank you,
all hell Godzilla. That is all. MCU DCU sucks. Hey, listen, I get it. We appreciate you, bro. Thank you. All right, back to this. So they make their way towards the island, and on the way, there's a family with a dad, 2 daughters. One's a younger kid, and one is going to college. And they have the boyfriend who's a fucking pothead and a fucking idiot.
Oh, tell me he bites it.
And no. But he redeems himself during the movie, kind of. And this is where I feel like Chase will like it. At this point, you get your introduction to the Mosasaur. The Mosasaur did his thing. All of a sudden, you were just like, "Oh damn, that's a big ass fish." You're like, "That's a big ass fucking fish." He kind of plays the whole first, I guess, like maybe second act of the movie. The Mosasaur's in it for like a good half hour ish, and he's kind of like doing his thing. He destroys their boat and then doesn't go to fucking eat them because they just realize that they're not food. It's more so like he thought the boat was a threat to his territory, so he destroyed it. So that's how they played that off as why he didn't eat them.
Get up off my block, son.
He tried to eat them, but then they like stood on the docked boat and he like didn't go for them again, which they were just like he destroyed the boat because he thought it was a threat. I was like, all right, cool.
Whatever.
I can see how that can happen.
It kind of made sense. I was like, all right, cool. So then the rest of the crew pick up their distress signal from this family, and they go to rescue them. So that's the boat with Scarlett Johansson and all them on it that are going to collect the samples. They pick up the kids and the dad. On the way, they're like, okay, they go pick them up, but they're like, we're not dropping you off at safety. You're coming to the island with us. For what fucking reason? I have no idea. Because they want to go get the samples ASAP. So they pick them up, and the kids and everybody are like, no, we don't want to go. We don't want to go to the island. Okay, whatever. They try to call for help on the radio, but it's a secret mission. They can't radio in. And because of that, the guy, the evil guy, Ajax, the guy who was Ajax, I don't know, I forget his fucking name, but the evil guy who's trying to get the samples and make all this money. By the way,
no, that's not him.
It is him. Oh no, you're right.
Ajax,
it's not him. That's not him.
Ajax is the other mercenary dude who dies. He's the first guy to die.
He's the first guy to die. Right. You're right. So okay. Sorry. Let me preface. There's another guy who's trying to get these samples, and the reason for these samples is the guy who plays Dr. Doom is because if he gets these samples, he can create a cure for I forget if he said cancer, but it was like a cure that would save millions of lives. Yeah, heart disease. So he's like, I want to create this cure, but we want to profit off it and make millions of dollars. So we'll pay you guys millions of dollars. So we make trillions of dollars off of this money, off of this disease. You
know how big pharma works.
How big pharma works, essentially. Yeah, okay, cool.
I realize that's the foundation of every Jurassic Park movie is greed. That is the foundation of every Jurassic Park world movie.
But again, the plot makes sense. You're like, okay, cool, I get it. So the teenage girl goes to call for help, and the evil dude who's trying to get the samples doesn't save her from falling in the water when the Mosasaur attacks the boat. Mind you, I also want to preface this with, because DZ said it already, the dude who plays Ajax, he was all big and bold before the dinosaur showed up, and then when he got his gun, a Spinosaur showed up on the side of the fucking boat and literally jumped up there and fucking grabbed his ass and took him off the boat and snatched his ass up. So he was death number one.
With his special gun.
He had this special gun that would stop the dinos in their tracks and stop their hearts instantaneously. He died immediately. Yeah. He was literally dead immediately. I was like,
he killed nothing.
Yeah, he killed nothing. Like, okay. You're like, okay, all right, cool. So he dies. Long story short, they get the blood from the Mosasaur. Cool. There's a whole battle. The Mosasaur scrapes their boat up, damages it really badly, makes them go to land because the boat's so badly damaged. But they get the sample, and they're chased by the Mosasaur and the Spinos onto the island. And they get there. And obviously the family and the heroes, if you will, the people who are going to get the fucking samples, if you want to call them that, they split up. So now you have two different stories that you're watching parallel at the same time. The family who's stuck there and the people who are going to get the samples. All right, cool. They get to land, and there's more than just that group of people. They also have a crew with them. Death number 2. They hit the fucking land. The Spinosaur that was sleeping on a rock 30 or 40 feet away from them.
Dude was just sleeping.
Dude was sleeping, wakes up out of his slumber, and when they crash into the fucking land and try to pull all their shit up, comes up from behind this chick who's trying to pull the fucking stuff onto land, snatches her ass up, fucking brings her to the ocean. She's death number 2, immediately dead. Fucking just eaten right off the bat.
What pissed me off was like, why that bitch ain't let go of the goddamn supplies? Like, why you had to take the supplies with you? Like, if you got eaten, you eating, bro. You should have used your peripherals, because that's a big ass dinosaur to the left of you, and you ain't see it wake up.
Like, that thing woke up and that thing woke up, splashed, made noise, rolled up around her, and ate her. And you were like, why? You didn't hear that? There's a lot of fucking noise.
And then she took the biggest bag of supplies with her. Like, the big shit had everything in it. She took that shit with her. I was like, you dumbass.
Yep. Yep. So obviously, skipping ahead a little bit here. So obviously, that's death number 2. We get a couple cool scenes. We get, I know the raptors show up at one point, and then the raptors get eaten by one of the raptors gets eaten by a mutant. So like little dude who was the girl's boyfriend was going to take a piss. And when he was going to take a piss, these raptors pop up in front of him, and he's like, "Oh shit!"
No, they're behind him.
Taking a piss. Oh, behind him.
They came from behind him.
They came up behind him, and he sensed it. And
the raptors make their noises.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, one of the mutant dinosaurs came flying down and took the raptors, and he was like. And then he just resumed taking a piss again, and it was like a whole funny. That's what I'm saying. This movie had funny moments where you were like, haha, that was kind of funny, but like then it got like serious at times, so it kept going back and forth. Then they go and they get the sample from I'm gonna say the name wrong. The Titan. How the fuck do you say the name?
Titanosaurus.
Titanosaurus, the Titanosaurus. They get the blood sample from the Titanosaurus. Nerd dude has an orgasm about it because he's touching the Titanosaurus. He's like, "Oh my god, it's such a beautiful large animal." Blah blah blah. And then they fucking get the sample because it's not a vicious animal. It's not trying to attack them. So they get the sample. Blah blah, nice and easy. Yo, easy. Mind you, I will say this: the scenery in that did look really dope. They did a good job with the.
It was nice.
It was very appealing to look at.
Do the funny scene, son. Back with the family, bro.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah. Oh, so, which one? The T-Rex?
Yeah.
Okay, I was getting to that. So you cut back to the family, and the family is trying to get a boat so they can boat to the docks, which they know is like kind of an escape route. On the way to get the boat, mind you, the family's like all messed up at this point. A couple of them got jacked up legs. They're messed up from the boat landing and all that. So they're not walking right. They're kind of like gimping along, blah, blah, blah. And also, the little girl picked up a baby dinosaur that she's carrying around in her backpack. It's a triceratops, I think. I think it's a triceratops or one of it might be. I don't know. Whatever it was, but she had a baby and it was following her around. Okay, that's a Jurassic thing to do. They give the kids baby dinosaurs. It's a fucking thing. You're like, all right, cool, whatever. So the teenage girl's the only one who's relatively healthy. She goes to get a boat for them and then realizes that the boat is jacked up and they actually have to use the emergency raft. On her way in to get the emergency raft, there's a scene where this goddamn T-Rex is first off you see a dead dinosaur to the right.
There's a dead dinosaur. There's another dinosaur where they're eating it.
Where they're eating it.
The little bastard with the wings on the side of his head.
Oh, the spitting one? The
spitter.
The spitters.
Right? The one we don't like. We don't like spitters.
We don't.
So, but then that thing like he was getting ready to spit like, a hot 18 bars on this chick. And he realized like, oh, no, wait. I'm in the wrong spot. My bad. I'm out. Runs away. Yo, dude, you hear the noise and you think the T-Rex's head's about to pop out of the fucking bush. Bro, this dude rolled a fatty because he was knocked out. Yo, the dude was on his back snoring.
They made the T-Rex look like it was a sleeping dog. Like it was just it was like rolling around like a dog, like sleeping. But then, and it was kind of like, you were like, okay, like, cool. The T-Rex is kind of sleeping. So they're trying to be sneaky and everything. Bruh, when the T-Rex woke up,
dude,
this motherfucker.
That was the best move ever.
Yo, this motherfucker was huge.
She had to open the raft. So she popped the raft and it woke up the T-Rex, but the raft blew up into the air. But it's standing straight up. As soon as the raft fell down, the T-Rex was gone.
Yeah, it like disappeared from sight, and then you see it walk into the water to go get a drink. Like it just woke up and needed a drink of water. Yeah. So it was a cool scene though.
You were like,
the T-Rex had the itis.
Yeah,
yo, for real. Like he woke up after he rolled a fat one, son. He ate a whole bunch of food, and he was like, "I'm thirsty. I gotta go drink." Looking at shit flying around.
And then they did this like this river chase scene where the T-Rex sees them finally and they're in the emergency raft and the T-Rex is chasing them. Mind you, okay, listen, it was cool and it was from the book, so I'm not going to really talk shit about it. But the T-Rex swimming, I was kind of like, it's got little arms. I don't really know how this would work. Like, I don't know if this would necessarily work this way, but I'm gonna give it to you. I was like, all right, that's fine. So the T-Rex knocks their boat over, has a whole scene with them chasing them, almost eats the dad, almost eats the little girl, blah, 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 blah. It's a whole thrilling scene. Cool. It was honestly one of the better scenes in the movie, in my opinion. It was cool. It was a good scene. It looked really good. They get away from the T-Rex though, and it kind of like gets its head stuck trying to chase them, and then it like gets up, shakes it off, and walks away. You're like, okay, cool, scene over. It's kind of anticlimactic, but it was cool. It was a cool chasing. You'll see when you watch it, whenever you go to see it. Then they go to this. They're trying to get the last sample, the Quetzal. I always say that name wrong. Whatever. Quetzalcoatlus. So they go to get the Quetzalcoatl eggs. Yeah. So they're gonna go get the eggs because they're like, we're not gonna be able to get a flying bird's DNA, so we're gonna get it from the eggs. It's never smart to go steal a baby's DNA. because of course Mama Quetzalcoatl shows up and is not very happy when she sees them trying to get the DNA samples. So they go to get it, and one of the remaining dudes who's not like a main character with them is climbing up. What do they call it? You know the shit that they use to climb mountains where it's like a rappel thing, right? So they rappel down to get into the nest. He sees the mom, and then he starts to rappel back up. He distracts it from getting the other two, Scarlett Johansson and the doctor dude, and then it distracts it, but it chases him as he's going up the rappel line like this. The Quetzalcoatl is chasing him, trying to bite him, and then it gets him, and it's it's not a pretty scene because it basically like doesn't even bite him. It just kind of fucking swallows him whole,
like a seagull.
bird, like a seagull.
Yeah.
You were like, damn. You're like.
Like he just swallows.
Yeah,
we like the ones who swallow.
the Quetzal kill was so brutal. I loved it. Yeah, the Quetzal kill. Honestly, that might have been my favorite kill in the whole thing because I was like, crazy. Damn, he was absolutely crazy.
He got to the top of the mountain where the evil dude and Mahershala is at, manning the ropes. So it just like kind of comes up, and then his head pops up, and you see him. He's eating the dude. I was like, oh, that's messed up.
Yeah, it was kind of messed up. Yeah, it was kind of messed up.
He lived a long time though, man. He lived a long time, so good for him.
But mind you, they get their samples, and then they're getting ready to. They're like, okay, so now we have an escape plan. They know this helicopter is going to come meet them by the docks because it's scheduled to come look for any people who survived they only stay for 2 minutes, but they're coming in 24 hours. So they make their way to the other side of the island. The family and them meet back up at some point. Again, long story short, there's a lot of middle ground there. They meet back up. The girl gets really mad at the dude for not trying to save her and letting her almost die by knocking into the water. It's a whole thing. And then you get introduced to two of the hybrid dinosaurs. So you once again encounter the D-Rex and the Mutodons, I think they're called. They're like flying raptors, for lack of a better term, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what they were. They were flying raptors. The flying raptors, let me tell you something. I fucking hated them. I didn't even like the look of them. They looked fucking ridiculous. They looked ridiculous in my opinion. But they were fine. Like I'm not gonna sit here and bitch about it, but I didn't like them. They were like, all right, whatever. They just showed back up and they were really stupid and they couldn't like catch anybody despite the fact they could fly. You were kind of like, this is dumb. They couldn't catch any of the humans despite the fact that they could fly. They kept on like getting stuck by doors and getting stuck in things, and you were like, these things are just stupid. Like, I don't know. That was just my opinion, but they needed them for dramatic effect. I want to say this. The reintroduction of the D-Rex to me, this is what, okay, so I'll let DZ say because I want to hear what he has to say.
Okay, so this is something that was inside of a lab. Mm-hmm. The helicopter's coming. One dude, was trying to get they're there for 2 minutes and they don't see nobody, they escape. So the dude has to shoot the flare. He shoots the flare. They're like, oh, people are there. Let's go back. Man, I don't know, bro. This thing became stupid huge because it ate a helicopter. Like, it ate it. Like, so there's a whole bunch of smoke and it goes one direction and you're like, oh shit, that's just behind him. Big ass monster creeping. No, he creeping. He's silent as shit. And then all of a sudden, there's nothing but a bunch of smoke, and the dude's on top of the helipad waiting for the helicopter to show up. Fucking D-Rex comes through the smoke. Helicopter in his jaws.
In his mouth. He's eating
the helicopter. Mouth. He's eating that shit. And then that nigga becomes small again somehow, and is like not that much bigger than the humans are. Because I just didn't understand that. Did that look weird to you? Because I said, how the hell are you eating the goddamn helicopter? And now your face is small again.
No, the Diddy Dinosaur is not Galactus.
I know he might be Galactus.
I think they did a shitty job.
Did he have purple tubes on?
I think they did a shitty job of explaining like how, like first off you could see that he was a big dinosaur. Allegedly he's the biggest dinosaur in the franchise. Supposedly. He's bigger than any T-Rex. He's bigger than the fucking Indominus. He's bigger than the Spinosaurus was. He's the biggest one in the franchise.
Yeah, he's the biggest. He's the biggest, like maybe carnivorous one.
Carnivorous one, yes.
The Titansaurus is still bigger than it. The Mosasaurus is bigger.
The Mosasaurus is bigger than it, I think, too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So I guess he's the land one.
And I can't describe it, but for some reason I don't. So the D-Rex was like scary, but then he was kind of like funny looking at the same time. Like you didn't know whether to laugh at him or be scared of him.
He had 4 legs, right?
Because he had
big ass long arms,
2 big long ass arms, and then 2 little baby arms,
little tiny
like
ones.
T-Rex.
So
you were kind of like you were kind of like he's scary, but then he's kind of like funny looking. Like you're like he's kind of weird. I want
to give him a high five with his little hands, like
right. Like you were kind of like so. But he was all right. Like you know,
listen. I don't know how this all happened, but anyway, he eats the helicopter.
He eats the helicopter,
and now he's back.
Yeah, and now you're reintroduced to, and now he's basically blocking their path out on the escape raft that they found out that they could use, and they have to get by him. So this is where I say, so obviously we're there's a lot more to see because obviously, but this is the third act, the final act of the movie. So basically, it comes down to they get stuck in this place where only the little girl can fit through the bars to open the gate for them to escape from the mutant flying raptors that can get them. Yeah. So she does, but as soon as she does, the D-Rex shows up and like tries to eat the little girl. And then she opens the gate and lets everybody out because obviously, they're not going to fucking let the little girl die. So lets everybody out.
That's a fail.
These things have consequences. But so they let the little girl out. She opens the gate. And then Mahershala Ali has his fucking hero moment where he's like, everybody go escape, and I'm going to let the D-Rex chase me. And then he fires off a flare. Take the kids and go. And then the D-Rex chases him while he's holding a flare. And you're like, all right.
Here's unbelievableness. Here's the unbelievableness. So this thing is huge, right? He's struggling to get through water.
The water. He's probably in waist deep water, mind you. Maybe waist deep water. And he's like chugging along like you would in water. Like
And this thing is just moving as slow as it possibly wanted to do.
This thing is 50 feet tall and it's having a chase scene with him while he's like sloshing through the water. And you're like, all right, bro. Like, okay. All right, bro. And then all of a sudden it corners him, and you see teeth. It roars at him, and then you cut screen to them getting on the boat, and you're like,
cut back to the boat.
You're like,
they get away.
They get away.
As they're going away, you see the flare he had, and then it goes out.
Yeah, all of a sudden the flare he was holding goes out, and you're like, oh, he died. It ate him.
So noble. He's so noble.
He's so noble.
Bro, we know what happened, bro. We see listen.
You don't know.
No, Chase, you don't. You don't.
Bro,
as they're leaving,
you seen Mike Epps with Baby D, right? You hit him with the
okie doke. He hit him. He hit the 50 foot dinosaur with an okie doke. And all of a sudden you just see another flare while they're driving away in the boat. All of a sudden you're like, and he's like, "Hey, I made it. Yeah. The dinosaur didn't get me." You're like, oh, bullshit. Really? The dinosaur didn't fucking get you. Oh, okay.
Now, just by y'all explaining that last part right there, now I see where a lot of people did not like this movie. It had to be on that part right there. They were
10 minutes left.
It sounds to me like it sounds to me like they didn't stick the landing on that third act with that part right there, because that sounds absolutely ridiculous.
Because
you can't kill Mahershala Ali in a movie, bro.
No, you
can't.
He lives.
He lives. He's alive.
He's an Academy Award winning actor. He's an Academy Award winning actor. So he does not die by dinosaurs.
3-4 episodes of this podcast where I said Mahershala Ali was not gonna die.
Yeah, you're right.
People on this podcast like they're gonna kill him. They're gonna die.
Okay, he should have died. Okay, he didn't.
Wait. This is the thing, right? So this is where I think people have a critique, and mind you, I still had a good time. I had a good time with the movie, right? But this is the 2 points that I think I took away where I was like, okay, I could understand people's gripe. That whole ending, and the reason why is because the last couple Jurassic movies usually ended with a mega dinosaur fight, where you'd see like a couple dinos fighting each other, and then like the bad dinosaur would die, right? That didn't happen in this one. They just escape, and you're like, the D-Rex is just out there wandering around on the island. So you're like, okay, cool. It's just out there, alive somewhere, and nobody knows what the fuck's going on with it. So, okay, cool, I guess. The second thing is, it makes no sense for Mahershala Ali to escape that because literally, and I'm glad. So ND David 9 said it here. The part that we didn't say, the bad guy, who I'm going to call him the bad guy, the guy
Dr.
who was
Doom.
Dr. Doom. We'll call him Dr. Doom. The guy who was carrying the briefcase filled with all the shit to make the heart disease stopper. He gets killed by the D-Rex. He's driving a fucking vehicle at full speed, speeding through the fucking jungle. The D-Rex takes his big ass long front paw, stomps the goddamn vehicle while it's going
Ironheart style.
like Ironheart style, stops the vehicle, flips the dude out of it, and fucking eats him. But it couldn't catch Mahershala Ali swimming in 4 feet of fucking water.
Yes, I told you.
Okay,
But had him against He
but
was
had him
against
against the ropes.
he was against the wall, bro.
Yo,
Yeah,
you
like,
you ever
it
play
was
tag
over.
with the blind man, and then the guy's reaching around, and he got you in the corner, and you
Hold
like,
on, wait,
you like,
pause.
ah,
Reach around. Hold on, no,
You
reach around. Don't do that here.
Okay,
Don't do
I
that
got
here.
it.
You know what
I
Mahershala
have
Ali
a
did?
you go this
Mahershala
way, you go that way, you go this way. Like,
Mahershala Ali said, "Hey, what's that over there?"
yeah, he hit him with the
He
hey,
must have.
hey.
I got a question.
Maybe.
Mahershala Ali was like,
But-
hey, look, white
What-
meat. Oh,
What was the
But he-
audience What was the audience
was dead.
reaction to that scene? Like, how did they react to that?
I mean,
No,
like,
there was no reaction.
there
I
was
had
no reaction.
myself.
I don't know
They
about
were probably
DZ.
sitting there in disbelief.
I can't speak for DZ, but I will say this: most of my theater clapped at the end of the movie.
Really?
Yeah, most of my
Ain't nobody
theater clapped
clapped.
at the end of the movie.
Ain't
I'll be
nobody
honest
clapping
with you.
my theater.
I also want to give a shout out because I think so I obviously no sponsor or anything, but I went to go see the movie in AMC and the Dolby experience with the shit where it's like the dinosaurs roared and it was like loud behind you and the bass was underneath you and all that bullshit. It made it more of an experience to see that type of movie with that type of sound around you and the seats were like fucking making noise, but like it was kind of cool, It was like seeing shit in
It was
IMAX
a 4D
kind of
movie.
thing. I think it was like a 4D experience thing, yeah, kind of. So it was a good time. That being said, listen, I get people's gripes. I'm just gonna call it for what it is. So how we like to end things here, as far as like I'll give you my score, and I've seen a lot of, and I actually have a slide for this because I want to talk about it for a minute. So my score for the movie out of 10 is like a 7.5. It's not a bad movie, but it's not. It's a Jurassic movie. Like it's not a bad movie. But it's also just not fucking great. Like it's
I'm
fine.
not going into a freaking dinosaur movie expected Oscar caliber performances, bro. I don't need the Godfather type plot here. I just want to see some dinosaurs eat some shit, some people run away, and in the end, the humans win. That's all I care about. I want to win in the end.
that's it. That's it.
That's all I want to do.
I'm still stuck on that ending. No,
Unless it's a Godzilla movie, then I'm looking for something more.
The end. I will say this, T. The ending is kind of like it left me like, like that's what we did. I was like, okay, I guess, like, all right,
That's
because
how
I
it
was
ends, bro.
I was having a good time, and then all of a sudden they're like. They see that you see this flare and you're like, this motherfucker.
No,
I was like,
no,
this.
there's no
I was
way.
like,
I was
this
thinking-
motherfucker
I was
lived.
like, who else lived? Somebody else must have lived, and they forgot about him. But no, everybody else died a pretty good death except for him. We
Mahershala
didn't
must
see
have
his
put
death.
a no death clause or put a death clause in his
Yeah.
contract.
Mahershala has
He
the
had
thickest.
to-
He has thicker plot armor than Superman, than Batman. Like what the
Telling
fuck?
you, man.
How
yo,
did this
he's
dude
an
not
He's an
die?
Academy Award winner, bro. You ain't killing him in
Yeah,
a
you ain't
dinosaur
killing
movie,
him,
bro.
This
He's not
movie-
dying in a dinosaur movie. Come on.
That
My
being
man
said,
got the Oscar, bro.
because it's the first time I've seen Mahershala in something in a minute, to be honest with you, because these guys watch more than I do. Obviously, everybody who watches knows this. But like, it made me want to see him as Blade more. Is that weird? Like, he was good in the movie. He was really, really good for
was
what he
pretty
did in the
good in the
movie.
movie.
He was good. Like, everybody was good. They played their part. Like,
Yeah.
it was cool. Like, oh yeah, yeah, this was part of it too. They took the baby dinosaur off the island with them.
Oh, yeah, the dinosaur. Yeah. I'm like, all right, so he gonna die soon.
The little girl took the dinosaur off the island.
Why?
It's gonna die soon. I was like, it's gonna die. It's gonna die. It don't matter.
because it's a Jurassic movie. What do you mean? There's always got to be a plot twist.
I'm so glad y'all told me about this, so I know not to run to watch this even for
Nah, listen, bro. It's not bad. I promise you, it's
Yeah,
not bad.
you
The ending will make you go, oh, fucking hell. But
You
like,
know what? This might be a good ASMR video for me to go to sleep to.
Like you want that little climactic fight in the end, and You know, you
Kind
get
of.
the T-Rex, you get the T-Rex roar.
You want
It's all
to
happening.
know what's so crazy? You want to know what's so crazy? Before y'all told the ending to this movie, remember back in the day when the Lost World Jurassic Park came out and the girl did the gymnastic stuff to kick the raptor out? Remember they said that was unbelievable? I believe that more than what y'all just said.
100%. There's no reason Mahershala Ali made it to the end of the movie. Like, no offense to him, there's no reason why he made it out the end of that movie. There's no fucking way. When you guys watch it, you'll see what I mean, because DZ's describing he was trapped behind a wall. There was a wall behind him and a 40 fucking foot tall dinosaur in front of him.
Like from his face. Okay, but see, this the bullshit though, bro. This the bullshit. So we don't believe that.
No.
But we do believe the white guy riding the motorcycles with the raptors going through the jungle. Now we completely get that one.
But he had
but the raptors
were under his control.
Right.
Yeah, they were on his side. So I said, okay.
Because raptors can be controlled.
He raised them since they was babies, son.
They're like pit bulls.
That's part of it too, right? Like, to Chase's point though, part of watching a dinosaur movie is believing the unbelievable. You're gonna watch it and be like,
he was literally surrounded by a big body, big head, big wide mouth beast creature.
Literally,
nowhere to go.
Hit him with the juke, bro. If you never hit nobody with the juke, then you wouldn't even understand. He hit him with the juke.
He couldn't juke. He was in water, bro.
And in the dark too, like.
Wait, I have one, but before we wrap up with this, because I know I don't want to run too far over. DZ, let me tell you what else since you saw it, and what else took me out at points, because even like I was nudging Abel and I was like, watch this shit. Every time that so just to preface for you guys, when they they use this gun to get samples from the dinosaurs. When they hit the dinosaurs, this thing hits them, goes into their skin, draws the blood, and then it, like, you ever seen what they do with sharks, where they, like, this thing goes to the surface and they go to retake the thing up? Mm-hmm. So the one they made for the dinosaurs had a little contraption. It drew the blood out and then it parachuted up in the air somewhere for them to go land and catch it. Every time they extracted DNA from a dinosaur, this motherfucking parachute landed right in front of somebody's face. Not out randomly. Literally, there'd be a scene where they were running or being on a boat, and the parachute would conveniently just hover right and be like, "Oh, caught it. Here it is, right here in my hand." And you were like, "Bro, come on!"
But you gotta see something. They had to do things each time. So when they did the Mosasaurus, they had to slow the boat down, and then they moved the boat to, get to the spot. And he almost didn't get it because it's off the side of the boat.
On land?
So the Titanosaurus, he moved back. He moved away from him.
Okay.
I think, didn't he?
Okay, you're gonna make me say it, right? The Quetzalcoatlus.
Last one.
There was a whole scene with the birds. They were escaping the birds. This motherfucker dropped. Listen to me. He dropped the fucking thing, and then he had to swing around off the rappel thing to get the thing. It literally fell in the middle of nowhere, and then this dude, his rappel line broke. He fell about. How many feet would you say? 50 feet?
It was a lot. It was a lot of feet.
He fell through trees, through jungle. He fell. And then this thing conveniently just parachuted down right next to him. And you were like, what the fuck is that? You were like, why? How?
But that was hilarious because he fell down. Scarlett Johansson rappelled down. And then Dr. Doom and Mahershala Ali
walked down. They walked down the stairs, and you were like, "This dude just fell through trees."
From the air.
He fell from the air through trees. You were like, "Yo, it should make no sense." But anyway, either which way. Now I'm nitpicking. Like, listen, Jurassic World. If you like dinosaurs, go see the fucking. Oh yeah, Brother Man said it had to be 100. Had to be 100, 200 feet. This dude fell 200 feet, hit 50 tree branches, and landed in a fucking thing of water. And then this blood sample parachuted down 5 feet away from him, from 200 feet in the fucking air. It landed 5 feet from him.
That's the most
you were like,
one.
"Oh my god, how?" Like, how? It made no sense.
No,
that's terrible.
Yeah, there was zero wind on the island at all. None. Didn't even attempt to take it. Crazy. Let's see here. Literally cornered. Literally cornered. Mahershala Ali was cornered by teeth.
Nowhere to go, bro.
Crazy.
Wow. So you saying the D-Rex was long in the tooth?
He was maybe his eyesight was bad, bro. I don't know. Maybe he couldn't see.
I don't know what he did. But
I mean, like, listen. In fairness, Mahershala Ali is a dark brother. It was nighttime. Maybe he couldn't see him. I don't know. Chase. He took the flare. He turned the flare on. He said invisible. He just blended in real quick. He said invisible.
He John Cena him.
He can't see me. Oh man.
I don't know, man. Dinosaur movie. I agree with you. 7.5.
Yeah, it's good, bro. Go see it.
It's right where it needs to be.
If you go in expecting, don't expect the greatest plot. Go have a good time. It's a fucking dinosaur movie. Eat some popcorn, talk some shit, laugh at the hilarious bullshit that happens, and watch people get fucking eaten. Pause. That's all. That's all I got to say. So go have a good time.
Dinosaur movie. Okay.
It's a dinosaur movie. Go have fun. Last couple comments. Jurassic Park Rebirth gonna take away some of the Superman box office in July. W.
Not at all.
Superman's gonna make $1 billion. It's gonna make $1 billion.
$1 billion.
Make $1 billion. Make $1 billion. Everybody in the theater gasped when that happened. It was kind of funny, better than what we saw on screen. The people in the theater synchronized on that, and it was something. Oh, the Mahershala Ali scene. There, I think at the end, everybody was kind of like, oh, like I felt like a collective, like, oh, he lived. We were like, oh, he died a heroic death. Like, okay, cool. But then he didn't die, and you were like, oh, all right, I guess he's alive. Cool. Like, I guess he's going back to grab a beer back on his island where he was. Cool.
No, I left his ass right where he was at.
I mean, that's the other thing. You're gonna turn around and get him, knowing that thing could be somewhere by. I'm like, yeah, it was a good run, bro. You did the noble thing. Peace.
Swim, motherfucker.
Dinosaurs always make money, though. Oh, I'm sorry. One more thing, and then we'll get on to the news. So I wanted to post this. Sorry, we're gonna get into that in a minute.
Let's talk about it.
Gonna get into that in a minute. So I wanted to put it out there because we love to do the Rotten Tomatoes thing. For what it's worth, Jurassic World is sitting at a 52% Rotten Tomatoes for the critics and a 73% on the popcorn meter for fans. This is normal for a Jurassic film. They usually do really well with the fans, and then they do really bad with the critics because people are always, critics are critics and they hate the plot of the movie, so it is what it is. So these numbers make sense to me. If it stays where it's at now, it's going to be like the 4th ranked movie in the franchise according to the critics, and that's honestly, that's about right for me. It's about like middle of the pack. Yeah. It's not better than Jurassic World to me, and it's not better than Jurassic Park, so that's where I'm going to put it. I'll put it right in the middle.
I did like Jurassic World.
The first Jurassic World, I had a good time. I
wasn't expecting much of it because it was like a huge gap between that in the 3rd movie, and then they changed it from Park to World. So I wasn't expecting much, but then when I looked at it, I was like, oh, they finally got this park complete after all these years, only for it to get destroyed.
Yeah. See, Aaron, look, there you go. You have it right there on the screen.
What?
That mouth figure in the mountain? That's where they were.
Yeah, see that little mountain space right here?
He fell from there all the way to the bottom.
He fell from there all the way to the bottom, and the parachute landed right next to him with the blood sample.
Wait, he fell from that high?
He fell from that high and lived, and then picked up his sample.
I can see how that can happen.
Aaron, say Quetzalcoatlus. I can't say it. Quetzalcoatlus. I don't know. I don't care. Fuck you, Polar. All right. Now that we ranted about Jurassic World, cheers, nerdy news of the week, and all that good stuff. Let's get it. Obviously, if you guys are here, it's going to be a little bit of a longer episode. We got Ironheart to talk about. We got news to talk about. So stay with us. We're going to have a good time. Movie reviews all of July. Superman next week. Fantastic Four in another 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Just movies. I'm not seeing the fucking Smurfs, Torian.
Aaron crashed out in the DM when I had mentioned about the
fucking Smurfs.
You see the Smurfs, bro.
Pull up to the man cave. 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 Pull up to the man cave.